Let's keep moving on. A topic I want to talk about, of course, the Cleveland Cavaliers. You alluded to it as well. Looking at this team have a hard start. I'm trying to find my tab here. Oh, where'd it go? Let's go here. But now Cleveland 21-4 to start the season. Hot start. Top in the Eastern Conference right now. And it's just like we saw Cleveland for the past couple of years, and looking at them, I'm like, they got those two bigs, Jarett Allen, Evan Mobley. They added Donovan Mitchell. I'm like, if this team can just get there, and even before they got Donovan Mitchell, I'm like, this team is pretty good. Can they get there offensively? They're good defensively. Can they get over the hump to start being serious contenders? And this season, it looks like they're going to be that. Signing Donovan Mitchell to an extension this offseason, basically ending those rumors of him getting traded, wanting out, wanting to go to New York, et cetera, et cetera. Now they move on. Evan Mobley has expanded his game. They figured out how to play Jarett Allen and Evan Mobley together. You got Ty Jerome off the bench. They traded coaches here, changed coaches, matter of fact, to Kenny Atkinson. And even Kenny Atkinson, I was like, that was my question. How is he going to revamp this offense? He spent some time in Golden State.
He was very in Brooklyn prior to KD and Kyrie arriving. He was their coach, and they decided to move on from him once they got there. And
I've never understood that.
A big blunder on the Nets organization.
I
guess that KD probably didn't want to play and Kyrie, so I had to listen. But I think Atkinson's a really good coach. Like you talked about being under Steve Kerr in the Golden State Warriors organization. Mm-hmm. He showed what he can do with young talent in Brooklyn. So I think that's a home run move by the Cavs in the offseason.
I thought it was just a dumb move that Brooklyn did all the way back then. I was like, he didn't even have a chance to have that team healthy to get a run with them, and they got rid of him. He bounced around as an assistant, and now comes to Cleveland, which I thought was a good hire. JB Bickerstaff, he went to Detroit. He's doing good things there, but I felt like there was just some type of level of their offense that needed to be raised. There needed to be another level for that offense because their defense, they're tops in the league. The past couple of years, but that offense just never seemed to get risen to a new level. Obviously, the expansion of his game, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland's playing well next to Donovan Mitchell. That wasn't the case last year. But this team is not riding Donovan Mitchell, and I think that's the one thing that I've noticed this season. Is like it's not all on Donovan Mitchell, where he has to make something happen to go into Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jarett Allen, Ty Jerome, Karis LeVert. The list goes on of guys who are contributing. And I get kudos for getting.
Yeah, so relatively a deep team. I didn't really think this much about. I didn't think that highly of them heading into the season, based on the way they're playing right now. Like I didn't think that. Wow, this team can possibly. I'm not going to go as far as say they can beat the Celtics in the 7-game series, but it can get really, really interesting. I think they can make it an interesting 6-7 games. I think personally, especially what I've seen between the first 2 games, where both teams were really at a disadvantage in the game, and they were still kind of came down to the last few minutes of both games. So that can be a very, really good series there, man. I really thought that it would only be Philly or maybe Milwaukee and New York had a chance of potentially dethroning the Celtics, but I never thought that they would enter that picture, but here they are.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just early in the season.Maybe we saw New Orleans be number 1 seed at one point. A couple of years ago, we saw that famous Atlanta Hawks team that won 60 games nearly a decade ago. But this Cleveland team plays defense, and the one thing that I've noticed in their offense from last year, they were an average 3-point shooting team last year. They're now top 5 percentage-wise in the league. So they're taking shots, they're knocking them down, they're getting production out of those 2 bigs, which I thought would be the biggest problem for the Celtics, having those 2 bigs up front that can defend and protect the rim, rebound at a high level, and then you add Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland scoring. I think they can provide some issues. Now, as you said, I don't think they're going to defeat the Boston Celtics, but to make it competitive and actually put the Boston Celtics on notice, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers have definitely done that to start the season. And I think it owes to Kenny Atkinson, right? He's a good coach, and a lot of the times these coaches get the bad bug and get the bad rap and get fired and get moved on from, don't get re-signed, et cetera, et cetera. But
crazy, like, all these coaches, like, whenever they get all the blame when they win, but nearly not enough praise. They get all the blame when they lose, but not nearly enough praise when they win.
Yeah, and it's just the guy that was able to work with young guys in Brooklyn, able to develop, got an all-star out of D'Lo.
yeah, he was a close to D'Lo, yeah.
Like
Man, he's a miracle worker. It might be Jesus. Gosh, he got healed to be an all-star. That's crazy.
Like I thought Brad Stevens was going to be a good coach when he got I think he got Evan Turner and Jordan Crawford player of the week one time, and I'm like, he's a good coach. If he can do that, he's a good coach. No, man, let's keep moving on, man. What's your second thing